My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940. I'm 24 right now.
Have you ever wondered what life was like for Bruce Lee and BOLO YEUNG? The titans of martial arts cinema? Let's delve into their real-life story, distinguishing myths from facts as we journey through their almost legendary fight and its significant impact on martial arts and movies. Few figures in the pantheon of martial arts cinema are as well known as Bruce Lee and BOLO YEUNG. Their achievements, both on and off screen, have become legendary, inspiring generations of martial artists and filmmakers. But who were these icons outside of their film personas? Early life of Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee's adventure began on November 27, 1940 in San Francisco, where a performing arts family raised him. His father, Lee Hoi Chuen, a famed Cantonese opera luminary, and his mother, Grace Ho, a Shanghai native with Eurasian ancestry, laid the groundwork for his diverse heritage. A fortunate international opera tour brought Bruce's parents to California, where he was born, gaining U.S. citizenship under the Jus Soli statutes. However, the Lee family's stay in the United States was brief. When Bruce was just 4 months old, they returned to their native Hong Kong, just as World War II's shadows loomed over the world. Japan's invasion caused turmoil in Hong Kong, so the Lee family faced unforeseen problems. The following 4 years, he proved their grit in the crucible of occupation. Despite the turbulence, Bruce's father's status as a Cantonese opera star lit his path, introducing him to the film industry at an early age. Bruce made his cinematic debut in Golden Gate Girl, portraying a baby figuratively caressed by the silver screen. Bruce, also known as Lee the Little Dragon, was born during the auspicious year and hour of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac. He embarked on a cinematic voyage that crossed borders and enthralled generations. Bruce had already made his impression on the silver screen at 9, with his father in his first significant part, The Kid. Bruce's career in the cinema was meteoric. By age 18, he had appeared in over 20 productions, each demonstrating his growing prowess and appealing screen presence. While Bruce's film career progressed, his academic pursuits encountered obstacles, prompting his transfer to St. Francis Xavier's College in 1956. Bruce found solace and discipline in the pugilistic arts, while being mentored by brother Edward Muss, a prominent figure in the school's boxing fraternity. However, his tendency to get into street battles prompted his parents to pursue a more structured form of expression, martial arts. Bruce was introduced to the legendary IP Man in 1953 by his friend William Chung, and his desire for Wing Chun Kung Fu was first seen with suspicion due to his mixed heritage. However, Bruce's acceptance to the school marked the start of a life-changing journey, owing to Chung's campaigning and IP Man's foresight. Despite the criticism of colleagues steeped in martial tradition orthodoxy, Bruce's unwavering determination and burning ambition for mastery drove him ahead. Bruce honed his skills in the furnace of the Wing Chun dojo, guided by IP Man, traversing the maze of tradition and prejudice that permeated the martial arts community. Despite rejection from certain quarters, Bruce's determination remained unwavering, his endurance a beacon in a sea of distrust. Bruce's tenacious spirit echoed throughout the sacred halls of martial arts mythology, laying the groundwork for a long legacy. Bruce's triumph in the Hong Kong School Boxing Championship in 1958 predicted his future success, as he outperformed the defending champion with an impressive display of talent and grit. His abilities extended beyond the martial arena, as he won the Crown Colony Cha-Cha Championship, showcasing his versatility and vigor. Lee's street fights and struggle in America. Bruce Lee's adolescence was marked by growing street battles, culminating in a dramatic confrontation in which he defeated the son of a notorious triad family. Tensions escalated in 1958 when pupils from a competing Choi Lee Foot martial arts school questioned Lee's Wing Chun basis. The subsequent rooftop altercation, which began with an unfair hit, saw Bruce emerge victorious, but at a cost. His opponent's knocked-out tooth prompted a formal complaint to the authorities from dissatisfied parents. Faced with the prospect of legal consequences, Lee's mother, unbeknownst to his father, took on the burden of securing Bruce's release into her custody. Recognizing his challenging behavior and the dwindling prospects for his academic career in Hong Kong, Bruce's parents pondered traveling to the United States to activate his dormant American citizenship. Thus, Bruce embarked on a trans-Pacific adventure at 18, arriving in San Francisco in the care of his older sister, Agnes Lee. When Bruce went to the United States, he focused on academics while navigating the complications of cultural adaptation. During his stay in Seattle, where he continued his high school education, he developed a mutually advantageous relationship with the city's culinary industry, working as a live-in waiter at Ruby Chow's restaurant. At the same time, Bruce began his martial arts training, ushering in a new chapter in his life. Bruce taught the foundations of Wing Chun to an increasing number of devotees under the nickname Jun Fan Gung Fu, representing his name and laying the groundwork for his future endeavors. Bruce Lee's martial arts career culminated in 1959 when he founded his own martial arts school, the Lee Jun Fan Gung Fu Institute, demonstrating his growing prominence as a martial arts legend. Concurrently, his scholastic objectives were realized with the receipt of his high school diploma from Edison Technical School, demonstrating his commitment to academic performance despite the rigors of martial arts apprenticeship. Bruce Lee's academic experience at the University of Washington included diverse subjects, such as dramatic arts, philosophy, and psychology. Despite conflicts about his official major, Bruce's insatiable need for information served as a compass, guiding him through the maze of intellectual research. However, the siren song of martial arts beckoned, and in early 1964, Bruce left academia to pursue his career with James Yim Lee in Oakland. They worked together to create the second Jun Fan Martial Arts Studio, a hub for innovation and enlightenment. Bruce's interaction with the American martial arts legend Ed Parker made his breakthrough into the mainstream martial arts world. Bruce's stunning performance at the 1964 Long Beach International Karate Championships captivated spectators. It displayed his unequaled prowess, as seen by exploits such as two-finger push-ups and the famous one-inch punch. In the heat of competition, Bruce met Taekwondo instructor Jun Gu Ri, marking the start of a mutually beneficial cooperation characterized by the exchange of martial wisdom and skills. Despite the admiration and respect, controversy loomed on the horizon, as seen by a furious altercation with Wang Jackman, a notable practitioner of Xingyi Quan and Northern Shaolin. Following the tragedy, competing stories surfaced, highlighting Bruce's legacy. Despite the swirling allegations around his exploits, Bruce Lee's tenacious spirit endured, driven by an unwavering dedication to his craft and an insatiable thirst for transcendence. How Bruce and Bolo met. Born on July 3, 1946 in Guangzhou, China, Bolo came from humble beginnings, his roots entwined with a country undergoing significant political and social transformations. Against this backdrop, he found solace and purpose in martial arts from a young age. Bolo, who began training under renowned kung fu masters at the age of 10, saw martial arts as more than just a means of self-preservation. He saw it as a complete philosophy that guided every aspect of life. His journey led him to the mastery of Tai Chi, an ancient martial art known for its contemplative spirit and steadfast focus. Bolo set out for Hong Kong, tempted by the prospect of a more liberal culture than his mainland China. Living in this thriving community, he developed a strong interest in fitness and bodybuilding. The conclusion of his effort came in 1969, when he won the renowned title of Mr. Hong Kong in bodybuilding, demonstrating his unwavering commitment to physical excellence. Nonetheless, for Bolo, the significance of martial arts went beyond personal accomplishments. It functioned as a conduit for achieving inner balance and spiritual resonance. Bolo found his true passion within the vivid tapestry of Hong Kong's thriving film industry. Thanks to his imposing physique and martial arts skills, he quickly became a highly sought-after talent.
You break my record, now I break you.
Despite the enormous hurdles given by the competitive nature of the profession and the linguistic barriers he faced as a Chinese actor, Bolo persevered, landing jobs that highlighted his numerous abilities. His watershed moment occurred when he piqued the interest of luminaries at Shaw Brothers Studios, Hong Kong's revered bastion of cinematic quality. Bolo's fearsome physique and enigmatic personality led to him being cast in mostly hostile roles, yet he brought tremendous depth and complexity into the characters. He went beyond the cliché of a simple physical danger, imbuing his representations with complex shades of malice that enhanced the storylines he inhabited. In this fruitful environment, Bolo's path crossed with that of another martial arts legend, Bruce Lee. Their friendship blossomed on the sacred grounds of Enter the Dragon, an epical cinematic masterpiece that rocketed martial arts movies into the stratosphere of international admiration. In the heat of collaboration, Bruce and Bolo formed an unbreakable friendship, swapping insights and approaches and pushing each other to unparalleled levels of expertise and refinement. Enter the Dragon. The plot for Enter the Dragon was interesting. When approached by Braithwaite, a British intelligence operative, Lee, a seasoned martial artist and instructor from Hong Kong, is tasked with a high-stakes mission. Lee is entrusted with infiltrating a martial arts competition hosted by the famed criminal Lord Han. His mission is straightforward: gather evidence linking Han to illegal activities, including drug trafficking and prostitution. Lee, on the other hand, has two goals. He wants to exact personal vengeance on O'Hara, the man who took the life of his sister and now serves as Han's formidable bodyguard on the lonely island. Lee, followed by Roper, a gambler in debt, and Williams, a fellow Vietnam War veteran, enters the tournament arena, where martial skill serves as both a sword and a shield. As the competition unfolds, tensions rise under the surface, fueled by secret agendas and unresolved disappointments. Han's stringent orders confine the players to their residences after each day's bouts, heightening the tournament's aura of mystery and intrigue. Undeterred by the restrictions, Lee arranges a covert encounter with Mei Ling, an undercover spy who helps him achieve his goal. Lee's search for incriminating evidence in the labyrinthine depths of Han's underground castle is resisted by attentive guards. Despite the difficult situation, Lee avoids capture, and his resolve is unshakable. The next day dawns with ominous implications as Han exacts swift vengeance on his failing sentinels, employing his fearsome enforcer Bolo as the forerunner of punishment. Lee's focus shifts as he faces off against O'Hara in a duel filled with personal vendetta and martial skill. Lee exacts revenge for his murdered sister with each attack, eventually defeating and murdering O'Hara. Han's fury is palpable when he chastises O'Hara's incompetence, his authority unmistakable, yet balanced with gentleness. The tournament's trajectory veers off course, its carefully built facade crumbling under the weight of betrayal and retribution. Han's confrontation with Williams, who defies his commands, foreshadows future conflict among the rabble. Amid the tournament's mayhem, the underlying stakes are enormous, transcending personal vendettas and secret intentions. Lee's struggle for justice is connected with a bigger story of societal upheaval and moral crisis, reminiscent of the transformational currents that transformed post-colonial Asian civilizations after World War II. The cinematic effect of Enter the Dragon goes well beyond the silver screen, defying genre conventions and emerging as a seminal work of martial arts cinema. Its combination of martial arts spectacle and espionage intrigue launched a new era of action filmmaking, attracting both imitators and innovators. The film's enduring significance is emphasized by its exceptional commercial success, which earned more than $400 million worldwide and cemented its status as a cultural classic. The Library of Congress inducted Enter the Dragon into the United States National Film Registry to recognize its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance, assuring its preservation for future generations. Beyond its box office triumph and critical acclaim, Enter the Dragon is respected in the pantheon of cinematic masterpieces, with its themes and motifs continuing to stir scholarly debate and cultural significance. As a predecessor of cinematic innovation and cultural cross-pollination, it shows the timeless power of storytelling and the unlimited potential of the human spirit. Rumors of Enter the Dragon. The supposed fight between Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung is legendary in martial arts history and entertainment. Over time, a complex tapestry of stories has emerged, some of which border on the weird, fascinating both fans and the media. However, beneath the surface of sensationalism lies a need for truth to separate reality from fiction and determine the legitimacy of these puzzling assertions. This mythological confrontation can be traced back to the spirit of Enter the Dragon. The film itself, a watershed moment that brought together two martial arts cinema titans, Bruce Lee and Bolo Yeung, was bubbling with excitement for a battle between these legends. Lee's lightning-fast speed and innovative fighting philosophy contrasted strikingly with Yeung's commanding physical presence and sheer power. The allure of witnessing their conflicting styles and physiques clash on film was palpable, sparking viewers' imaginations worldwide. According to one widely circulated rumor, Lee and Yeung had a real-life altercation while filming Enter the Dragon.
You have offended my family, and you have offended the Shaolin Temple.
Accounts of this incident dispute, with some suggesting it was a spontaneous test of skill and others believing an argument or challenge prompted the battle. The stories usually describe a fierce but brief conflict that showcases both fighters' abilities, with Lee eventually establishing his advantage through speed and skill. However, depending on the source, these narratives differ significantly in detail and outcome. To determine the truth regarding these legends, one must consider the context and qualities of the individuals involved. Bruce Lee, best known for his view of martial arts as a means of personal expression and self-improvement, has had few documented contacts in real life. His clashes were typically defensive responses to challenges to his ideology or abilities. Despite his vicious on-screen persona, BOLO YEUNG was a trained martial artist who appreciated Lee's skills and ideals. Interviews with Yeung following Enter the Dragon reveal appreciation and respect for Lee, with no hint of anger or unresolved conflict. The concept of a permanent separation between the two stars does not fit with known facts about their relationship. However, the media has played an essential role in shaping the story of the Lee-Yeung confrontation. Martial arts and movie magazines, eager to entice their readers, frequently blurred the lines between on-screen personalities and real-life personas, enhancing the mystique surrounding their alleged fight. In actuality, Lee and Yeung's encounters were probably restricted to sparring sessions and staged battle rehearsals for Enter the Dragon. These activities, widespread in martial arts film production, allow performers to become acquainted with one another's styles and ensure the authenticity of recorded action. Any interactions between Lee and Yeung would have occurred in a controlled, professional setting, unlike the all-out brawl that folklore suggests. The Lee-Yeung combat myth's enduring appeal originates from its capacity to captivate the imagination. It taps into the general interest in what-if scenarios and the desire to see legends challenged. Following Bruce Lee's unexpected death, fans have grasped onto every story, anecdote, and rumor to understand the enigma of the man behind the myth. Behind the scenes of Bruce Lee's finest work, Enter the Dragon, a melting pot of skill, ambition, and cultural contact emerged. Lee's involvement went beyond acting, with contributions to choreography, direction, and even editing, all motivated by a desire to bring Chinese martial arts to a broader audience. BOLO YEUNG's inclusion adds excitement to the film, with his imposing size and martial arts prowess as an excellent juxtaposition to Lee's agile fighter. Off-camera, Yeung was recognized for his friendliness and professionalism, which helped him form a solid working relationship with Lee. The set of Enter the Dragon was a hub of intense attention and invention, with cultural and disciplinary boundaries dissolved. Despite the production challenges, Lee's leadership and energy inspired the cast and crew, producing good on-screen chemistry and contributing to the film's success. Finally, while the fiction of a real-life fight between Bruce Lee and BOLO YEUNG endures, the truth may never emerge from the shadows of speculation and gossip. Nonetheless, their partnership on Enter the Dragon is a watershed moment in martial arts cinema history, a testament to their extraordinary brilliance and the enduring appeal of their legends. Bruce Lee's friendship and philosophy. The actual relationship between Bruce Lee and BOLO YEUNG, two legendary figures of martial arts cinema, differs significantly from the purported rivalry and struggle depicted in sensationalized tales. Interviews, credible sources, and first-hand accounts of their interactions on and off the set of Enter the Dragon paint a more complicated picture characterized by mutual respect and professional friendship. Contrary to common assumptions, Lee and Yeung met through a mutual passion for martial arts and film. Their initial connection blossomed during the production of Enter the Dragon, when mutual admiration quickly transformed their professional relationship into a personal friendship. This bond went beyond the confines of the film set, with stories indicating that they spent time together outside of work discussing martial arts, health, and their professional objectives in the film industry. On the set of Enter the Dragon, Lee's famed commitment and perfectionism set the tone for the film. Yeung, a qualified martial artist and bodybuilder, resonated with his dedication to authenticity and the portrayal of martial arts in movies. Despite Lee's status as the film's star and creative force, he sought input from his co-stars, particularly Yeung, fostering a collaborative environment where everyone could contribute their knowledge to the project. This mutual regard culminated in the immaculate execution of their battle sequences, which are now iconic in martial arts cinema history. Off-camera, their relationship included shared meals, training sessions, and philosophical discussions. Lee, known for his intellectual approach, saw Yeung as a sparring partner and a confidant to debate the nuances of martial arts and their application to personal development. Similarly, Yeung admired Lee's dedication to dismantling Hollywood cliches and advancing martial arts worldwide. Statements from persons engaged in the production of Enter the Dragon and acquaintances of both men refute claims of major off-screen conflicts or hostility. Instead, they recollect Lee and Yeung's mutual respect and admiration. In interviews conducted years after Lee's death, Yeung spoke fondly of him, reflecting on his influence on his career and in martial arts cinema. Their friendship had a lasting impression on both the stars. Working with Lee was a watershed point in Yeung's career, introducing him to a global audience and solidifying his status as a dominant figure in martial arts cinema. Lee recognized Yeung as the type of firm, skilled, and respectful martial artist he wanted to be around in both film and real life. Despite Lee's untimely death, Yeung incorporated what he learned into his subsequent projects: martial arts philosophy and practice. The martial arts ideologies of Bruce Lee and BOLO YEUNG offer an intriguing examination of contrasts and similarities. Lee's invention of Jeet Kune Do emphasizes adaptability, simplicity, and efficiency, based on the notion that a particular martial arts curriculum does not limit the best fighter, but instead adapts to the flow of combat. Yeung's style, Tai Chi, and bodybuilding influenced and emphasized the balance of physical power and mental discipline while incorporating traditional Chinese philosophy's principles of harmony and balance. Their impact goes beyond martial arts cinema, influencing how martial arts are practiced, taught, and viewed worldwide. Lee's films promoted Jeet Kune Do and influenced countless martial artists to adopt a more adaptive and diverse approach to training and combat. However, the film's portrayal of Lee's talents has produced false expectations of martial arts ability. Similarly, Yeung's presentation of a fearsome adversary contributed to the martial arts legend, overshadowing his commitment to the art and discipline. While their films influenced public perceptions of martial arts, they also promoted stereotypes and ignored the mental and philosophical sides of the practice. Later interviews. BOLO YEUNG, the famed Chinese bodybuilder turned actor, ended his long silence in November 2022 to talk about his encounters with Bruce Lee. Yeung delved into Lee's enigmatic persona in an intriguing Mandarin interview, eventually translated into English by beardy Bruce Lee Central, and provided captivating recollections from their time together on the set of Enter the Dragon. Yeung openly discussed the difficulties Lee encountered while filming Enter the Dragon, noting that others constantly tested Lee on sight. Despite his reluctance to conflict, Lee was regularly obliged to defend his skills. Yeung recalled one event in which someone attempted to question Lee's knowledge of Jeet Kune Do, a martial method he had developed. However, the fight was over quickly, with Lee defeating his opponent with a single kick to the head. Yeung commented on Lee's fantastic pace, adding, "Bruce was too fast." Yeung's admiration for Lee's martial abilities was evident throughout the conversation. He praised Lee's exceptional agility and lightning-fast reactions, calling them incredible. Yeung saw Lee as a comrade and martial arts prodigy. Yeung's recollections provide light on Lee's connection with others around him, revealing the challenges and expectations that came with Lee's status as a martial arts legend. Regardless of his challenges, Lee's extraordinary speed and talent left an indelible impression on Yeung and those lucky enough to witness his abilities firsthand. Bruce Lee's demise. On May 10, 1973, tragedy struck the film business when Bruce Lee collapsed during an automatic language substitution session for Enter the Dragon at the Orange Sky Golden Harvest Film Studio in Hong Kong. Epileptic seizures and severe headaches accompanied Lee's sudden collapse, necessitating immediate medical attention. He was transported to Hong Kong Baptist Hospital, where doctors promptly diagnosed him with cerebral edema, a condition characterized by the accumulation of excess fluid in the brain. Medical personnel injected mannitol to reduce the edema, which eventually stabilized Lee's condition. However, the relief was just brief. Just over 2 months later, Lee was tragically passed away. Lee had arranged to meet with actor George Lazenby for lunch that fateful evening, hoping to collaborate on a film project. Earlier that day, Lee met with producer Raymond Chow to discuss the filming of Game of Death. Following their encounter, Lee, Chow, and Lee's colleague Betty Ting Pei, a Taiwanese actress, gathered at Ting's home to discuss the script. As the evening progressed, Lee took a nap. However, concerns mounted when he failed to arrive for the scheduled supper. Chow ran to Lee's house, sensing something was amiss, only to find him motionless. Despite frantic efforts to resuscitate him, including the intervention of a medical specialist, Lee remained unconscious. Lee was then transported by ambulance to Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where he was pronounced lifeless upon arrival. The abrupt death of the martial arts hero, whose vibrant energy and lasting impact had enthralled audiences worldwide, stunned the world. During the tragedy, Lee's close friend BOLO YEUNG mourned the loss of a remarkable person with whom he had built a strong link. Yeung remarked fondly on their time on site, recalling their friendship and shared dedication to refining their craft. In a touching interview conducted years after Lee's death, Yeung paid tribute to his late friend, saying, "There will never be another Bruce Lee. I am privileged to have had the honor of calling him my friend." Lee's demise created an everlasting void in martial arts and film, as his pioneering achievements and tremendous talent continue to inspire future generations. Though his physical presence is no longer with us, his eternal legacy lives on via the timeless wisdom and unshakable spirit he shared with many people worldwide. Martial arts cinema for Bolo. Bolo Yeung's ascension to martial arts film stardom during the 1970s and 1980s was marked by iconic roles and unforgettable performances. However, his significant role in the 1988 smash Bloodsport catapulted him to fame. With a modest budget of $1.5 million, Bloodsport outperformed expectations, becoming a box office smash hit. In Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme portrayed Frank Dux, while Yeung played Chong Li, the formidable antagonist. Despite their on-screen rivalry, Van Damme and Yeung formed a genuine friendship during filming. This bond grew beyond the set, prompting Van Damme to invite Yeung to collaborate on his next project, Double Impact. Jalal Merhi, a well-known figure in Canadian action filmmaking, met Yeung in Hong Kong while shooting his debut picture, Fearless Tiger. Merhi was fascinated with Yeung's personality and martial arts prowess, and wanted to collaborate with him further. Yeung has a prominent role in Merhi's 2007 film, Blizhny Boy, The Ultimate Fighter. The filming began in Toronto. However, practical constraints necessitated that the production be completed in Russia, with producer Erkin Yalgashev overseeing the final parts. Yeung's contributions to the martial arts film genre extend beyond his screen performances. His collaborations with industry heavyweights like Van Damme and Merhi reflect his continued relevance and versatility as an actor. Yeung has left an indelible mark on the film scene by playing formidable opponents and intriguing characters, earning praise and respect from audiences worldwide. We hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.